Joy Guru. I am Amalendu Chatterjee. I am an ex-associate professor and a SPR. I do discuss religious or spiritual or related topics as far as my little knowledge goes. Do subscribe to this channel of mine, namely Anukul Kotha, if you like my content and deliberation. And I would like to request you to comment also, so that I can be enriched by your suggestions and comments. Today, I would like to discuss about an invaluable advice of none other than Rabindranath Thakur. The advice is that we must give something to God on everyday basis. Now, he wrote this advice in an article entitled The Effect of Sacrifice. In Bengali, it is Tyager Phol. He wrote it on 28th of the month of the Bengali month Agrohayan of Bengali year 1315. In English year, it would be 1908. Now, before going through the write-up, I must say that we will get some insights regarding some of the popular queries. You see, namely, is God a beggar? Is it a fact that God begs from us, and that too on regular basis? And should we give alms to him, and that too on regular basis? Is there any importance of giving alms to him? And lastly, if we practice this system of giving alms or giving, or you can say of giving oblation or donation to him, then is there any possibility to meet him on everyday basis? Now, in order to get these answers, we must go through the write-up of Rabindranath Thakur. He wrote it in Bengali, as I have already stated. Let me read it in Bengali language at first, and then I will tell it in English. He has stated that সংসারের মাঝখানে থেকে অন্তত একটা মঙ্গলের যজ্ঞ আরম্ভ করে দাও। সেই মঙ্গল যজ্ঞের জন্য তোমার ভাণ্ডারের একটা অতি ছোট দরজাও যদি খুলে রাখো, তাহলে দেখবে আজ যে অনভ্যাসের দ্বারে একটু টান দিতে গেলেই আর্তনাদ করে উঠছে, যার মরচে পড়া তালায় চাবি ঘুরছে না, ক্রমেই তা খোলা অতি সহজ ব্যাপারের মতো হয়ে উঠবে। একটি শুভ উপলক্ষে ত্যাগ আরম্ভ হয়ে তা ক্রমশই বিস্তৃত হতে থাকবে। সংসারকে তো আমরা অহরাত্র সমস্তই দিই, ভগবানকেও কিছু দাও। প্রতিদিন একবার অন্তত মুষ্টি ভিক্ষা দাও। সেই নিষ্প্রিয় ভিখারি তাঁর ভিক্ষা পাত্রটি হাতে হাসি মুখে প্রতিদিনই আমাদের দ্বারে আসছেন এবং প্রতিদিনই ফিরে যাচ্ছেন। তাঁকে যদি এক মুঠো করে দান করা আমরা অভ্যাস করি, তবে সেই দানই আমাদের সকলের চেয়ে বড় হয়ে উঠবে। ক্রমে সে আর আমাদের মুঠোয় ধরবে না, ক্রমে কিছুই আর হাতে রাখতে পারবো না। কিন্তু তাঁকে যেটুকু দেব সেটুকু গোপনে দিতে হবে। তার জন্য কোনো মানুষের কাছে এতটুকু খ্যাতি চাইলে চলবে না, কেননা লোককে দেখিয়ে দেওয়া সেটুকু একরকম করে দিয়ে অন্যরকম করে হরণ করা। সেই মহাভিক্ষুককে যা দিতে হবে তা অল্প হলেও নিঃশেষে দেওয়া চাই। তার হিসেব রাখলে হবে না, তার রসিদ চাইলে চলবে না। দিনের মধ্যে আমাদের একটা কোনো দান যেন এইরূপ পরিপূর্ণ দান হতে পারে, সে যেন সেই পরিপূর্ণ স্বরূপের কাছে পরিপূর্ণ ত্যাগ হয়, এবং সংসারের মধ্যে এইটুকু ব্যাপারে কেবল তাঁরই সঙ্গে একাকী আমার প্রত্যহ একটি গোপন সাক্ষাতের অবকাশ ঘটে। So, now I have translated this, and I must say at the outset that my translation may have several mistakes. And not only that, I have translated you can say the ideological translation of his write-up. I have not translated his literal write-up, literal translation. Now it is like this. In an article entitled Effect of Sacrifice, Rabindranath Tagore has advised us to initiate at least one sacrificial rite intended for propitious while we are in the midst of domestic life or family life. If you open a very small doorway of your treasury or coffer for this propitious sacrificial rite, then you would see that the very door of the treasury or coffer, which is now groaning in pain because of slightest pulling owing to lack of use, the key of that lock of the door, contracted with rust, is not moving again due to prolonged unusedness, would slowly but surely become easier or smoother to open. Since this initiative of sacrifice has begun for an auspicious or propitious purpose, hence this initiative would naturally expand and expand. We are used to giving everything to our family day in and day out. Let us give something to God also. One handful of alms or offering at least once on everyday basis. That unattached almsman or beggar smilingly comes every day to our doors with his alms dish or alms bowl and returns back empty-handed. If we practice to offer one handful of oblation or donation to him, then this oblation or donation will be the best asset of ourselves. Gradually, we will realize that very asset or oblation becomes so huge an amount that we cannot keep it within our two palms. It would require a very huge vessel to accommodate that wealth. But whatever little you will give or offer to him, you must keep it an absolute secret. For this charity, you must not expect slightest fame or name from public. You must keep it private. If you wish to exhibit your charity or oblation from him publicly, then it clearly implies that you are robbing the given wealth from him for your selfish interest of name and fame. Whatever little you will give or offer oblation to that great almsman, that must be given absolutely thoroughly. You must not keep any account for that donation. You must not demand any receipt for that oblation. Our at least one such donation in a day must be such type, that is complete donation. That means donation without any sort of return or expectation. That donation must be a complete renunciation to that integrated embodiment, that is to that God. And it should be such that through this secret deal in this domestic life, I may get a sacred and secret opportunity to meet him face to face on everyday basis. Now, if we go through the content of Rabindranath Tagore in this article, we may get certain salient points. Number one, that is, he has stated us or he has advised us to initiate a sacrificial rite for God on everyday basis. Number two, that is the intent of donation increases with time and practices. Number three, God is a great almsman or great beggar. Number four, this donation will be the best asset of our lives. And number five, this donation must be kept in complete secrecy. That is, we must not speak about it in public for the expectation of name and fame. Otherwise, the entire exercise will be absolutely futile, will be absolutely useless. And number six, this donation will be, unconditional and unexpected. Number seven, through this endeavor, we may get the rarest of the rare opportunity to meet him on everyday basis. So therefore, Yes, he is a beggar, but he is a beggar with a difference, because he is an unattached beggar. He really begs us, he really begs from us. But for what purpose? It is for our own interest, because of the fact that if we give him, then our relationship with him would get strengthened. You see, if I love anybody and if I do not give him anything, then that love is useless. That love is, I should say, that love is a fake love. That means if I really love any person, then we must give something to him. This is rather, you can say, this should be the case. Otherwise, you see, we say it only in mouth. Only, you see, it would be simply a lip service, nothing more. And next is simply this, that we must give at least one handful of alms to him on everyday basis. Why? As Rabindranath Tagore has stated, that he comes to our doors on everyday basis and he returns back empty-handed. So therefore we must give it. And number 4, and the next part is simply this, that we must give it without any condition and without any expectation. And we must not exhibit this donation in public for getting any name and fame. Otherwise the entire exercise will be absolutely futile, because this is our dealing. That is, this is the dealing between me and him only. You see, nobody should know it. And next, it is a very important part of this, part of his saying is that if we go on practicing such exercise, then there will be an opportunity to meet him on everyday basis. This is also very important. So, in this connection I must say that Rabindranath Tagore is not the only person who has advised us to give something to God. You see, this advice has been given by very many persons, very many spiritual persons, and it is written in our religious scriptures. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, it is written. Gita, it is ranked among the greatest religious scriptures of the world. In India, it occupies a position just next to Upanishads. In Bhagavad Gita also, Lord Krishna has stated the same thing. He has stated, I think in 12th sloka of the 3rd chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, where he has stated, Ishtan bhogan hibo deva dashante jaggo bhavitaho toyer datta napradayebho jo bhunkate steno evo saho. If I may translate it, as a matter of fact, I am quoting the translation of Swami Gambhirananda. He has translated like this, that is, being nourished by sacrifices, the gods will indeed give you the coveted enjoyments. He is certainly a thief who enjoys what have been given by them without offering these to them. Let me tell it again. That is, being nourished by sacrifices, the gods will indeed give you the coveted enjoyments. He is certainly a thief who enjoys what have been given by them without offering these to them. So, in a way, he is telling that you must offer something to him, that is, to the deities, or in turn to the God. You must give it, because it is God. You can say, in other words, if you do not believe in God, then nature has given us everything. So, if I do not give anything to nature or God, then I am certainly an ungrateful creature. And Lord Krishna is saying such. And in this connection, I can recall that my mentor, my Sadguru, Sri Thakur Anukul Kotha, has introduced a system of Ishtovriti. That is also a kind of love oblation to the God. You see, he is my mentor, and we consider him, at least I consider him as the very God himself. Yes, you may differ. Definitely you have every right to differ. That's another issue altogether. Whether he is a God or whether he is the very God or not, that's a separate debate. I will not go into that debate. But what is important is this, that in order to implement the advice of Rabindranath Tagore, see, such type of, I should say, such type of, you can say, such type of practice should be introduced. And I would like to say in this connection that Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra has introduced a system of Ishtovritti. What is this? That is, my guru or my mentor is called Ishto. That is the manifested propitious, manifested, you can say, Mongol. So therefore, that is why it is known as, therefore he is known as Ishto, and he is my mentor. And it is said in the religious scriptures that guru or mentor is the manifested form of God. Yes, you may believe it, you may not believe it. That's a separate issue altogether. And so therefore, we, the disciple of Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra, we offer auto-initiative, voluntary, reverential offering to him on everyday basis. You see, we offer in the form of money or in the form of kinds to him on everyday basis. Why everyday basis? Actually, because of the fact that it needs practice, it needs prolonged practice. Only through prolonged practice we can make it a habit. Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra has introduced this habit, introduced this system, so that we can make it a habit. We can make it a habit, because it is not possible without prolonged practice. It's not so easy. It is easy to say that give something to God, but it's not very easy to implement it in reality. Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra has done it in reality. That is, we must give it as we must give something, at least one handful of alms to God. See, not only in theory but also in practice. Again, I am not quoting the sayings of Rabindranath Tagore just to, you can say, just to justify the system of Ishtovritti as given by my Lord Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra. No, I am quoting this because of the similarity, you can say, because of the ideological similarities, and also because of the, you can say, because of the need of giving something to him. Both of them have stated that you must give something to God on everyday basis. That's the reason why I am quoting this. Of course, so in conclusion, I would like to say that, see, according to the advice of Rabindranath, we start right from today to give, to offer something, some oblation to him on everyday basis. Then it is possible that we may get the, you can say, we may meet him, you see, on regular basis. Well, it is a matter of realization. It's not very easy to realize, but slowly but surely, maybe in time we will realize, at least to a certain extent, about the very God. So therefore, live in love. Joy.